What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jackson. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope everyone is feeling well. As for me, I'm back with some more BS.
What?
Bible swag. Now, a few things I would like to mention is that, guys, I am not a preacher. I am not a pastor. I don't even go to church like that. But I grew up learning the Bible. I grew up understanding the Bible. And at one point, I even taught the Bible. Sometimes at conventions and assemblies ranging from 3 to 8,000 different individuals. So I do have experience when it comes to the Bible and when it comes to teaching it, but that's it. I'm no holy roller. I'm not trying to influence you to do a certain thing. I'm not trying to preach to you. My whole goal is to get what's in here, put it up here, drop it down here, and give it straight to you guys from the heart, as raw as possible, but with stupid accuracy. So, with all that being said, let's get into the topic. So, are demons controlling worldly nations? We look at all the crime and violence that goes on within the world, and obviously, us humans, we can be responsible for some pretty savage activities. But one thing that we do have to realize is that some of the things that go on within the spirit realm directly affect the things that go on in the physical. And the book of Daniel kind of explains that. Take a look at Daniel chapter 10, and we're going to look at verses 13. So that's Daniel chapter 10, and that's verses 13. So right here, Daniel, he was mourning the Jews who were being released from exile back into Jerusalem. Now, you would think that that's a good thing, but the nations around Jerusalem were giving those Jews a very, very hard time when they were trying their best to restore pure worship. So this was really stressing Daniel out, and he was very depressed. So the angel Gabriel actually came to comfort Daniel. Now, Daniel, he was praying for about 3 weeks, right? 21 days. And that angel took that long just to get to him. And when Gabriel got to him, he explained what took him so long. And this is what it says. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. And behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left alone there with the kings of Persia. So right here, the angel Gabriel, he mentions that the prince of Persia withstood him, right, for 21 days. Now, withstood is like resist and or fight. So apparently, the angel Gabriel was fighting with the prince of Persia for some 21 days. Now, a person may say, well, actually, King Cyrus was over the reign of Persia at that time, and it was him that was fighting Gabriel. But Cyrus is a human, right? And even on top of that, that's impossible because Cyrus actually liked the Jews. He was the one who released them from exile to go back to their homeland from Babylon. And on top of that, he liked Daniel even more. See, Cyrus, he was a special individual. Even God liked Cyrus, and Cyrus was a pagan. So he was a really, really cool guy. So we know it wasn't Cyrus. In fact, no human can resist a spirit creature. Now, people would say, well, Jacob, he wrestled with an angel until dawn. And yeah, that's true. But the angel wasn't even trying. He just saw that Jacob, he was being very resilient and he wasn't going to give up at all. In fact, once that angel got bored, he touched his hip and dislocated it. He turned his hip into tofu. I mean, Jacob went from being handy and the angel went cap and made him handicap and he had a limp for the rest of his life. In fact, according to Isaiah chapter 37 verses 36, one angel in himself killed 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in one night. Like he literally came down from heaven, murked all of them, and went straight back. Actually, faster than Gabriel even delivered this message to Daniel. But that's neither here nor there. But that's what he did. So we know that no human being can resist a spirit creature. So we see very clearly that right here in Daniel chapter 10, verses 13, that we're talking about a demonic entity at this time. And now all of this is amazing because you think about the agility and stamina of these spirit creatures in the spirit realm. You know, your most elite boxer can go about maybe 12 rounds. Maybe a UFC fighter I've seen go about 4 and he was gassed out. And your average fighter can't even go beyond maybe a minute or so. So for the fact that they were able to go this long fighting is absolutely amazing. But what do we learn from this? Well, we learn that this prince of Persia, this demonic king, was reigning dominion over the Persian Empire at this time. And it wasn't just him. Check this out, right? Even though he was the primary prince of that time, there's something that the angel Gabriel says at the latter part of this scripture. Look at what it says. He says, "For I have been left alone there with the kings of Persia." Kings, plural. So, yes, the prince of Persia, he was the principal, right? But he also had other underlings that were a form of a government at that time. And that's very important to realize when we say government, because that means that there were other demonic entities that worked as authorities and or government controlling that area of Persia at that time. Now, a person may say, well, that's just one example, but it's not. In fact, if you go from Daniel chapter 10 and you drop down all the way to verse 20, you'll see that there's something else going on as well. And look at what the angel Gabriel said. Now, at this time, Gabriel, he was done encouraging Daniel. He was ready to take his leave. He was going back home, heaven, right? But he had a task to accomplish before he can do that. And take a look at what he said in verses 20. Gabriel said, "Do you know why I have come to you? And now I must return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I have gone forth, indeed, the prince of Greece will come." So, not only did Gabriel have to fight the prince of Persia, but he also had to fight the prince of Greece. He literally had to fight both of these demons just to leave Earth. But that prince of Greece, he was the world power at that time, just like the prince of Persia. So we could see that from long ago, demons have reigned supreme over the worldly nations. And it's not just then, it's also now. In fact, at 1 John chapter 5 verses 19, it says that the whole world lies under the sway of the wicked one. So are demons controlling worldly nations? Absolutely. In fact, it's a high possibility that demons have been controlling the nations of the world ever since the time of Noah's day, of the flood. That goes back a very, very, very long time. And what's so interesting is that, we go about our daily lives, we go shopping, we go to the gym, we go to school, we go to work, we do all of these different things, and sometimes we may forget to take out the time to sit back and really think about what's going on within the spiritual realm. How the things within the spiritual realm directly affect our day to day lives. Not saying that our lives are chaos from day to day, but there are different things that go on that we cannot see that does directly affect us. And it's crazy to actually think about that. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, the thing is, you may wonder, so who gave these demonic forces control? Who selected these demonic entities to take power over these worldly nations? Maybe that's something we'll check out within the next topic. Because I have a feeling that Bob Dylan knows the answer to that. Huh, Bob? Hey, Bob. So, who's controlling the worldly nations today?
With the chief commander.
Huh. And where does he reside?
On this earth? And in this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Interesting. Rain check. We'll be back. But hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. This is good stuff. This is why I like the Bible. But if so, please, if you liked everything, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or if you have a topic for the next video, please send it to bibleswag310@gmail.com. And until then, guys, remember, I'm not a preacher. I just talk a lot. All right, bye.
Audio Jungle.